play into Dead Prophet, the Drow Ranger when she's farmed enough, Medusa with her ulti, Leshrac as well, dealing pure damage and also having insane amount of magic damage. So Pango can still die. If you pair him up with some kind of a... I could see them pick up Beastmaster potentially for Ace in this one, just so that you can have something that goes through Rolling Thunder, focus him down with Lesh, and actually kill him.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm wondering about this IO. Like, Gaming Gladiators maybe, regretting banning the IO because they got their hands on the Lash. But it's a signal, right, that Gaming Gladiators and IO team is banning IO against Xtreme. Like, yes, we've seen DY play it, but is IO such a priority pick in general, or is this specifically these two teams are going to have it as a high priority?
IO has been on the rise recently. I like that more players are trying to theory-craft some new combos with it. We've seen, I think it was Gaimin who played IO plus Marcy, and it looked really good. It's just the sustain in the lane, attack speed that you get, being able to relocate on top of the heroes, any kind of a stun setup will do, and you get a lot from the map. So banning out some of these elusive heroes, Weaver, who can easily get on top of Pango as well. I think Weaver is another hero that has been that's seen a lot of play recently from position 4. If the matchup is bad, you shift the priority, and also from position 1 when it's a good game for it. A lot of the times, Weaver delivers.
Yeah, he's seen some great games recently. Grimstroke out of here. He's another one of those anti-Pango heroes. Oh, look at that.
He's eating Venomancer's banana.
Ace is like, where's my banana, guys? And so, I'm not quite sure. Someone might have eaten it. Don't know where it's all gone. That's what I've got left. A ban remaining from Gaming Gladiators. Timbersaw was that other hero that's kind of, overpowered or in the meta. Sniper was the other one I was just about to mention, so he's the one that's removed. And I guess Timbersaw is less potent in the draft when you can't flex him. He's the strongest when you can say, hey, this guy's mid or off lane. But when you already have Pango and Lesh picked, you know that he's going to go off lane pretty much if someone picks Timber here.
Yeah, there's some... Because XXS plays Pango from the off lane. When they want to, he from time to time. I know some teams tend to flex it. It's not as good as mid Pango, of course, but if it's a bad matchup and they want to give XM a better hero, one of the reasons why Gaimin actually banned Sniper, because XM plays it, it's a good matchup against Slash, and they could flex this Pango.
Okay, that's cool. I don't think I've seen much of offlane Pango. Yeah, it could work out. Tiny was the hero that Xtreme banned first phase last time around. This time it looks like Tofu probably going to get his hands on it. I do still have that potential flex of the Lesh and the Tiny going into different roles. We've seen offlane Lesh, 5 Lesh, and of course Tiny we all know and love where he's been and gone. I just love Tiny as a pos for here for Gaming Gladiators because it feels like that perfect hero that can unlock Ace's hero pool, give them threat in the off lane, and then also still be able to, snipe couriers, rotate mid, do Tofu stuff, snipe wisdom runes and bounty runes and stuff.
Tiny's so good. Tiny has been a really good hero for quite some time from the mid lane. Previous TI before that with Lycan and Tiny combo, insane amount of strength. Now with Conda build, he's also popular. I've seen Quest playing it. This is a good response. I like Phoenix. I want to see some stuns though from Xtreme Gaming. Maybe they're keeping this Pango Flex open, so most likely we'll pick another support here and see what Gaming Gladiators are gonna do to have a clearer picture.
10 seconds remaining.
So you need Jinkyu's hero. Most likely thinking about something that can be paired up with Pango. He is talking.
So are they primarily thinking, hey, this is a good Phoenix game because we're against two heroes who can't hit egg?
Yeah, these heroes are not as good in terms of protection. You have like Swashbuckle, you have Lucky Shot, reducing their attack speed. Shadow Demon can also disrupt somebody. But these are no stuns. Like Rolling Thunder can do it. And now I'd like to see maybe some
5 seconds remaining.
position 5 snap if you're afraid of it. Position 5 Mirana. This is something that Tundra likes to do. By Tundra, I mean Quest. By Quest, I mean Falcons.
Oh, you'll get there. You'll get there. Yeah, I'd love to see Xtreme Gaming, grab XXS, an Axe, or a Magnus, something like that. A Mars, going back to what you were saying in game 1. A hero that could play with a Shadow Demon in lane, disruption into Skewer or Spear is always really nice, or Berserker's Call, and then have that mid-game protection for the Phoenix Egg to give your team fight a little bit of oomph. Lifestealer Gyro. So 5 Gyro, 4 Tiny, and picking Lifestealer into Shadow Demon.
It's more about killing the egg. I think they wanted to have different 5 and have most likely. I mean, this can be flex. They can play Lesh 5 or they can play Gyro 5. So everything is still open. But Lifestealer mostly against the egg. So now they need to decide an offlane hero if they don't want to put this Pango in the offlane against Lifestealer and find a different mid hero. But they also see that Lifestealer, okay, this is good. I like this one. Stops Leshrac with the Bloodstone, stops his healing. Great against Lifestealer.
Yeah, that still just like slips my mind because it's like we used to always say Leshrac doesn't care that much about Doom as long as he gets his spells off first, right?
Yeah.
But with the change to not being able to heal, you can't Bloodstone, you can't just regen back up to full. Doom is such a useful tool against him.
He can Bloodstone because you can use items, but it doesn't do anything. So.
Yeah. Double whammy. Yeah, I like the Doom. I dislike a little bit that he doesn't play as well with a Shadow Demon in lane as Mars, Centaur, Axe would do. But for the game, looking pretty solid.
I like Faceless Void. I think this has to go, even though there isn't like that much damage inside Chronos. Some from Shadow Demon. Phoenix is good. The combo, I feel that against Leshrac, time dilation can be really nice if you survive this burst in terms of lockdown that they have. And there isn't that much, and they will ban it. I also think that Morph could potentially work. These two heroes work nicely against Lifestealer. Maybe for Xtreme Gaming, it's time to ban out Beastmaster. I feel Beast could work out nicely because you have Aura to kill the Phoenix Egg, so Lifestealer doesn't necessarily need to be there. He is a summon hero. Lycan could also do the same thing, I feel like, because supports kind of hate to play into Helm of the Dominator.
Yeah, it's also Meepo time, potentially.
And you'll love to mention his Meepo, don't you?
Well, sometimes it's like, could they fit it in here? It's Ace, it's last pick, it's Meepo. It's always kind of cool to see offlaners getting the last pick in this kind of situation. But I think here, like Ensnare against Pango, Meepo clones against Supernova Egg, they've got ways to like jump in the backline to just kill the Phoenix and the Shadow Demon with like a Meepo and Tiny. He doesn't really care too much about Doom. And the last pick from Xtreme Gaming would like have to deal with him. But I always lose track. Gaming Gladiators have the last pick as well, so Xtreme have to pick before them.
Oh, they banned Clinks.
It is. Was banned.
It's been popular in China. It was who was it? Baboka playing it one game, I remember, and they also played it one more time on low. So it's a hero that can keep the distance, insane amount of damage, builds into Orchid against Lifestealer. Interesting one for sure.
Yeah, one of those kind of little. Hey, we did our homework on their Dota buff, on their drafts. Clink's gonna come out here. Our last ban for Xtreme Gaming gonna be the Brewmaster. So we still have that Beastmaster, Lycan, Meepo. The swarming summons heroes are there potentially for Ace. Broodmother is out there as well. As Xtreme Gaming go for Drow Ranger, a hero we saw Pure had some really great success with earlier on against BetBoom. Pure against BetBoom because he plays for Tundra now.
He does. It's you can easily get confused by it. I'm still down for some of these heroes that I mentioned because Lycan can also easily get on top of Drow Ranger. You have decent amount of stuns, Leshrac, Tiny, Gyrocopter's rocket, it's not like the best one, but Lycan Beastmaster, definitely up there. Let's see if Gaimin Gladiators have something else that they can cook with. Something that sounds better for them.
Oh! We don't hear that. Meepow! We get the howling of the wolves. You called for it. The Helm of the Dominator character has arrived. And Gaimin Gladiators with that last pick looking like a very solid draft. Tons of team fight, push, catch. Lots of magic damage early game. And then the transition into like physical and pure later is a really nice, well-rounded draft. Xtreme. I don't know. There's something about that draft that's like a bit wonky to me, but I can't put my finger on it.
Xtreme draft?
Lack of team. I don't know. Lack of stuns, I guess. They don't have any
no
stuns. That's what it is. That's what it is.
What do you mean no stuns? Infernal Blade,
Hey.
War Stomp.
Hey now.
That's 2 coming out from Doom. Phoenix AoE, so basically 5 stuns, and then Pangolier with Rolling Thunder if he's not stuck. So yeah, they definitely lack this like instant initiation blink stun that there is pretty much always recently in the meta from the off lane or from position 4. This time around, Tofu will have it. Ace will be playing Lycan, so he gets on top of the Drow Ranger, and also there's acute interaction, of course. Doom with level 15 talent, Devour can target Ancients, so you need to get there. The thing with Lycan is he gets there much faster, so he has like 5-minute window where he can play with his Helm creep. And 2 supports do really suffer. Like, they have nothing they can defend themselves with. Pangolier is okay-ish against the summons, but nothing too crazy.
Okay, so Gaimin Gladiators, Lesh Bloodstone, Tiny Blink, Duratio Lifesteal, we'll see what he goes for, like Armlet Radiance, whatever it's going to be. Celery, Aghanim Shard, Ace, Helm of the Overlord. Very key, direct item timings and power spikes for Gaimin Gladiators that seem, from my eyes, quite simple to kind of pinpoint. On the side of Xtreme Gaming, when do they feel the strongest? When do they want to take fights? Do they continue playing this kind of set a trap, bait their opponents, and then surprise them with stuff? Is XM Pango going to be the linchpin hero here to control everything? What's the game plan from the Chinese squad?
This type of a lineup needs a lot of time to come online. Pango is the only one who does, things 10 minutes, 15 into the game. Drow Ranger wants to farm up. If things don't go too well, this also means that you will be recovering quite a lot of time. Doom as well. If he's not having a good time in the lane, also needs to recover, so it could be a bit on the slower side from Xtreme Gaming. So, compared to Gaimin Gladiators, who want to get like 1-2 items on Lash, 1 big item on Lycan, and try to take most of the map.
Yeah, they're quite quick and speedy. Gaimin Gladiators again with his delayed smoke. So they came out mid, placed an Obs Ward. Did get placed before the Dire got theirs down. Xtreme Gaming all sat in that, 3 of them sat in that mid lane. XXS and Arme out in the side lanes alone. Let's see if Gaimin Gladiators can actually catch a glimpse of someone here. High Ground Observer Ward already placed to scout out the stacks. Shadow Demon very, very good at building them, but if they're contested here by Gaimin Gladiators, Lesh would, lap up all the stacks that he can find. And Bounty Runes. Duratio defending his bottom one. Immediate Scorched Earth out of XXS. XM, XXS, Ace, and Celery. Getting Bounty Runes across the board.
Ame trying to juke. Ace doing a very good job trying to get in front of him and body block him, but Ame lost half of his HP. Is bringing tangles on the courier, so couldn't get through. Nicely done by Ace. This is also a lane where they have no stuns. They have a lot of slows. Phoenix needs to bring his Blood Grenade to the lane, and I could see them try to put slightly pressure. This is not the strongest lane. Drow Ranger level 1. Same goes for Phoenix. They don't really trade that well, especially against Tiny. Tiny is just a beast with the tree grab. Already pushing in the limits. Down to half HP.
A lot of damage. Chucks it at the Drow. And then, of course, he's got his body to go block the small camp. In the mid lane, Lesh against Pango. Quinn 4-1, Pango 2-0. A little more challenging here for the Pango to play into the creep wave against a ranged hero who's spamming Lightning Storm non-stop. Is this difficult for the Pango? Is it manageable?
It is. You can't play aggressive. Sometimes you'll see, most of the time you'll see Pango using Shield Crash aggressively, and then it's kind of a setup for Leshrac to go in. This is also, I think Leshracs nowadays don't put points in stun. They prefer to have like 2 points in Lightning Storm and then max out Edict plus Pulse Nova so they can threaten a kill on tower and be able to just get the solo kill. So XM needs to have enough mana to get out of the trouble if he uses Shield Crash aggressively and then jump out with the Swashbuckle.
Yeah, especially if you're rune racing, right? In the river, that Diabolic Edict chasing you is an awful lot of pain. And Tofu, yeah, still just chucking stones and bones at people, guarding the small camp to make sure it stays blocked. DY's Phoenix, pretty sad up here, just going to try and body block the large camp. The other side lane, though, down at bottom. Disruption onto Dyrachyo. No level in Rage yet, so XXS and Q right on top of this Lifestealer, going to bring him down for first blood. Traded out the SD there as Celery picks it up, but a good move from Xtreme Gaming in that bottom lane.
Yeah, Q getting that first blood. Usually Lifestealers, they don't pick up Rage until level 3. If it's a good lane for it, maybe even level 4 puts the second point in Gold Frenzy for extra slow. There's been a lot of talk about Gyrocopter 5 through the recent year or so, because people started to put Flak Cannon, use Flak Cannon as level 1, so you harass both of these heroes, and then you get Rocket Barrage on level 2. It's been something that I'm not sure who first did it, but I saw Tofu, and his name comes up to my mind, where he just plays a bit of a different Gyrocopter, Jinkyu, toying with them in this bottom lane. Tofu doing the same thing behind enemy lines.
I think I saw it first as a response to Naga, and you'd kind of play this Flak Cannon Gyro as a support to just flak the illusions, and then everyone just started doing it anyway. Oh, why are we not doing this on every hero? And getting that free harassment out feels very good. DY chasing Tofu. Still level 1 on the Tiny, giving all of that solo experience to Ace, who is already halfway through level 3. Dyrachyo being chased away from lane bottom. Still level 2. He's dead to poison here, it looks like. 5 stacks up. Ooh, not quite. Just about stays alive.
Needed one more. I think he could have started to run away, because he has Boots of Speed, has Windlace, thought he has enough damage.
He even rages there. Not sure if that was a misclick or he was just protecting his salve from a Scorched Earth or something. Nonetheless, Dyrachyo back in fighting shape. Last setting like a boss. Another disruption on this Gyro, though. Body blocking with illusions. Q. XXS. Can't finish him off, but a good amount of damage on the Gyro there at least.
Pango doing good. I'm watching the mid lane. XM managed to recover. Some of these early levels can be slightly rougher than when you're playing into some melee matchups, but there it is, the build on Leshrac, as we said, nowadays. 3 points in Edict, 2 in Lightning Storm, and then you just run people down. But Ame is doing really well, and he's going for a bit of a different build than what we usually see. It's not, that Falcon Blade for mana. Instead, since the recent buffs to Null Talisman, he decided to pick it up after Raid Ban.
Yeah, I think it was Mickey playing Templar Assassin, also did the same thing earlier on today in one of the first series. Bassi, Falcon Blade, screw those items, just buy Null Tally. Yeah, like you say, it's been buffed, just pick it up. I've got to say, every time I look bottom, it's Xtreme Gaming playing aggressively and looking for kills, finding moves. Well, hang on a second. Top lane, Tofu gusted back. Okay, DY able to protect Ame there. So I thought Xtreme Gaming were doing well bottom lane, but XXS is really struggling to hit creeps. So I guess when I'm not watching,
it's tough.
Doing very well.
Yeah, you can't trade with Lifestealer. You also don't have a stun. Oh, mid lane XM. They're also gonna pop the glyph. Jinkyu needed to be there. Last game, same story. They also brought Celery last time around. By Celery, I mean Tofu. And then they managed to deal some good damage to the tower. XM would definitely love to pick up any rune Even Bounty Rune sounds good at this point. Doesn't have much mana to work with.
He's going to walk
Celery
into the gyro
gets
and
it.
face tank a full rocket barrage and lose the rune. He did have 8 stick charges at least on XM, so recovers a little bit of his HP and mana, but it's sad times in that mid lane. And Quinn's going to go steal the Bounty Rune on the dire side. And while this is happening, you know, Lifesteal is free farming down bottom lane. XXS starting to get a little bit of farm there. But Gaimin Gladiator is very comfortable across the board in these lanes. Swiftly moving into Helm of the Dominator. Ace is about 800 gold away from it. Should have a nice timing. Did XM just walk all the way bottom?
He did.
To find...
Yeah, to find nothing.
No.
Good save at the bottom
pain.
lane. Disruption. Kind of difficult for XXS. I mean, sometimes Doom does struggle in the lane. Has this speed aura, so he's super speedy. Can run away from the trouble. Want to see how the top is going to be played out. As soon as Lycan hits level 6, Dry will hit level 6 faster, so there is some kill threat. You can always TP out since they have no stuns.
He does have access to that little camp next to his lane, which has been stacked nicely by DY. Give a bit of bonus to the Phoenix there. Closing on that level 6, get a bit of gold.
Tower is
XM
almost
still being...
gone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, can you do anything about this? You swashbuckle forward and get some good damage on Quinn. It looked like Xinkyu was considering a play. He lifted his arms for a disruption there. Doesn't find any of the vision. Tofu under Dire Ward, right next to a Radiant one.
Oh,
DY
he gets the
rotates
shield
across.
rune.
Quinn, he's in. Disrupted for now. XM tops back
still
into
gonna
his own
dive.
death, and Quinn, he survives.
That's what we said. Playing Pango, trying to use Rolling Thunder near Leshrac, who has Diabolic Edict maxed out, which is pure damage, and just gets a Pulse Nova. So another good start for Gaimin. This tower is gonna go down. Lesh with the shield rune. We'll just bring the tower. They're gonna get another one.
Freebie. And Tofu just
And
wraps
another
around,
one.
kills off DY. Now Xinkyu in trouble. Celery with a homing missile. 5-1. 2k lead. Tier 1 tower dead. Gaimin Gladiator just putting all the puzzle pieces together here. Dyrachyo does die bottom though. Ame, the guy you were talking about, free farming and picking up the pieces, does move bottom to kill the Lifestealer.
With XXS. First usage of Doom. Nice read from Ame. Because things are not going well for your playmaker, which is Pango, so somebody else needs to pick up the slack. Phoenix, level 4, Shadow Demon. These are two like very slowish support. The Shadow Demon isn't if he does have a hero to play with, some kind of a stun, some kind of a setup, but Tofu catches him mid-dive, gets another kill, and this is going to be another tower for Gaimin.
This is going to get out of hand very, very quickly. Helm of the Dominator for Lycan, Leshrac with maxed out Edict, towers are starting to fall. And that kill on Lifestealer, yes, it's nice. Ame and XXS use the Doom, kill Lifestealer, delay Radiance. But they don't get tower damage. They don't actually press the issue and find any new terrain to play into. XM kind of relegated to playing enemy jungle at this point. Walking right past Dyrachyo in that large camp. Yeah, they're on the struggle bus now. Diffusal Blade for Pango is still, over 1,000 gold away. He's having a pretty rough time in this mid lane. And Gaimin Gladiator is only going to keep on accelerating. They've got tons of resources to collect on the map. Dyrachyo just telling Pango that this is Lifestealer's jungle.
Ooh, Quinn is chasing. He just caught DY. Will dive. Wolves are still gonna chase him, and there is Rocket coming, so DY looks very dead here.
All he wants is level 6, man. Just needs a couple of waves. Not being given an inch by Gaimin Gladiators. Yeah, they're just chaining kill after kill. Objective after objective together perfectly. Ace has a centaur and a catapult behind him. Quite simple tier 1 take up here.
gonna be such a good timing on this Helm of the Overlord. Dyrachyo will be fine. They need to drop Doom on top of him to get the kill. Probably bring Ame again, or connect with the Rolling Thunder. It's very important for XM to farm this Diffusal Blade as fast as possible, because without it, they don't have enough damage, they don't have lockdown, they don't have anything. And also DY needs to get his level 6, same goes for Xinq.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And Tofu down bottom is a juicy looking target, but he's playing this lane so well, kind of tucking behind this southern tree line, trying to chip away at the creep wave. Currently scouted by the Shadow Demon, but now reinforcements arrive. Lifestealer TPing means Xtreme Gaming have really nothing to do down here any further. They're going to try. He gets the range ult before the Doom.
Triple
ult coming in onto Lifestealer. It looks like they've got him. And Demonic Purge and the Doom gets him taken down. I don't know, I was expecting more Gaming Gladiators heroes to come. And maybe so is Dyrachyo.
That's second death of Dyrachyo, make it third. So not too bad. Ame still continues to farm up. Fourth on the net worth, has almost the same farm as Pango and Lycan, which is not too bad. Quinn is the big winner after finishing that Kaya, going into Bloodstone next.
I mean, Pango's recovered pretty damn well, right? Being in third place net worth, not too far behind. 600 net worth difference between him and Lesh is pretty big, with all the towers going down, all the kills that Quinn's been getting. Arcanes and Diffusal Blade for XM. There's such a wild way to play Dota, right? Just don't care about dying, don't care about losing a bit of traction on the map. Xtreme Gaming experts really at finding their way back into things, just navigating the darkness, navigating this evil Gaming Gladiator side who are swarming across onto the dire side.
So many times we've seen them struggle in the early stages of the game and then making a comeback. Xinq.
Smoke into
Rolling
smoke.
Thunder not available yet, but Quinn is in a bad spot.
Yeah, he's dying to the Drow Ranger. Self-disruption from SD keeps him safe. Dominating streak taken by Ame. So he'll race up to the second spot in net worth and probably overtake the Lash now, seeing as Quinn is dead. And Tofu still needs a little bit of time here, 1,000 away from his Blink Dagger to be that real initiating hero for Gaming Gladiators.
That's Helm of the Overlord completed for Lycan.
Oh, wow.
Huge timing. 14 minutes.
So yeah, with that timing, does Gaming Gladiators want to put their foot on the pedal? Start playing a bit faster? Or do you want to still wait for Tiny and Lesh to hit their proper timings?
Tofu's far away from a Blink Dagger, needs another 1,000 gold. Leshrac definitely fight ready, but Lycan probably wants to use his Shapeshift to try to get a kill. They already took a tower in the mid, in the top lane, so most likely they need to play, maybe collapse on the bottom, or they continue to farm up the top part of the jungle and see what happens. If they get a good fight here, they could go for tier 2 tower.
I've walked right through dire vision, so Xtreme Gaming knows where they're coming from and where they're going to. Top lane ward, probably going to scout them out as well in a few seconds. This is where Ame just says, okay, I'll farm Ancients, I'll stick to the right-hand side. XXS down bottom. He's got something on Courier, surely. Yeah, Blink is coming to the Doom. God, that moment where I'm like, wait, where's Doom's money? Yeah, Blink is arriving. BKB queued for the Doom. So now I'm probably going to be looking for one of those Centaurs with the War Stomp.
For now, it's just a speed aura, but we'll most likely pick up XM with this smoke after he clears the wave and try to make something happen. They are rotating to the bottom lane while Roshan is going to the top lane.
Just a speed aura. I thought that was your favorite one.
Sure, because it's my favorite creep, right?
Yeah. It's gotta be.
It's a decent amount. 13% for now, goes up to 16%. And they
plus
are
Scorched Earth.
taking... Yeah, that's a weird move, because Gaimin went through the gates to play the bottom part of the map. And then Xtreme Gaming were like, okay, they're definitely doing Roche with the lineup. We saw this Helm being available. They're gonna get Dyrachyo one more time.
Yeah. I mean, again, he got the rage off before the Doom, but XXS, Xinq, and XM, they all arrived to kill him off. Gaming Gladiator is trying to get into position with his ace Shapeshift. hunting for the support in the back. Good disruption, but Jinkyu, the TP, is that enough to get him out?
Oh, it is.
Just enough.
Nicely done.
Success in the meantime, being chased down by Celery. Let's see if he can slip away from this like his Shadow Demon did. Tofu says no. Shuts him off at the pass. He kills off the Doom. But another good delaying move by Xtreme Gaming. Kill off Lifestealer, delay that Radiance, and buy more time for Ame.
Ame is getting massive. Does have Hurricane Pike finished. Going into Aghanim Scepter next. So that's going to be even more healing reduction against Lifestealer, Lycan, Bloodstone from Lesh. Sounds really good. And XM going into Aghanim Scepter, pretty standard, I would say. After finishing off your Diffusal Blade, you want to have that Shield Crash with the Swashbuckles. And Doom, level 10 only, so needs another 5 levels for that level 15 talent, where you can devour enemy Ancients.
In the late game, like let's say we're 50, 60 minutes in, Drow 6 slotted. Does Drow just 1v5 this game?
It looks very good for Drow Ranger, yes.
It does, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is vehicle for Lifestealer. You can always, get Aghanim Scepter, bite Lifestealer, bite Tiny.
Yeah.
TI 11 has been super popular.
Go back to the old days. They found the Leshrac here. He's trying to haste away, but they've got enough control to kill him off. I said they've got no stuns, but if the Pango can land 3 rolling thunders and a couple of disruptions from Jinkyu, they've got plenty.
With each kill, Xtreme Gaming, they are becoming bigger and bigger. Lifestealer, we haven't seen much from him other than getting doomed and purged at the same time 3 times so far.
And Ace, off the back of an exceptional laning stage, an early game, kind of struggling to find his place. XM up top, though, being run out by Duracho and Tofu. Now, this is a huge one if they can get it, but XM has swashed to high ground, slipped away from danger. Duracho has to invest into Tofu just to get away from here.
So many times they've TP'd out. 100 gold investment, but getting out of trouble. Roshan available on the Dire side for another minute and a half, and so far Gaimin, this aggression has stopped. That they had relatively huge lead at the start, but Leshrac dying 2 times, Lifestealer's Radiance getting delayed. Another Doom is available, and they're gonna smoke.
Right in onto the Leshrac. XXS with DY burning him with a Sunray and Quinn. 2 deaths in quick succession. He bought his Bloodstone as he died, so no major losses in net worth. But Xtreme Gaming, like, not really even using Ame, right? They're just playing as the other 4 together, causing havoc, finding individual targets, and getting big kills. Now move for more. Onto the Gyro. Why the hell not? Jump into high ground. Celery getting dived upon. Infernal Blade is there. Tofu is looking for a re-entry. He just denied a tower, and it looks like he's enough to keep Celery alive.
Ace, he used a shapeshift. DY will pay with his life. But we haven't seen these big Lycan ultis committing, getting a kill on Drow Ranger. This is why they picked it, to deal with the supports and try to deal with Drow Ranger. But Ame has been keeping the distance away from these bad fights. Having 0 deaths to his name so far, and just 1,000 gold away from Aghanim Scepter. Every single time the Doom is up, XXS smokes up with one of the heroes, and they get a big, big kill. Every single time it's a core kill.
Yeah, it's been perfect. All without crossing the river. Oh, Jinkyu throws the disruption. Oh, cool. So yeah, throws the disruption on Lifestealer. Lifestealer had already raged, but the illusions still appear after the disruption ends.
Back in the days, you could turn off the Radiance during disruption. It was used as a counter. It was Alchemist patch. And then you turn it off, and you can't do that anymore.
Tormentor time. Ame wants that bit of bonus money towards the Aghanim Scepter. And Shard for Phoenix. Oh, he's already bought it. So Shard for Jinkyu there. Demonic Cleanse. Is there much to heal up and dispel off of? Not right now.
Nothing, nada. I'm just thinking.
Radiant are
Maybe if they buy an orchid or something on the Radiant, but nothing right now.
No. It's just a heal, so
radiant are
whatever. Maybe they would luck if somebody else picked it up, because there was one available on DY. Roshan, already down to half HP. It's going down quickly. XXS
XXS
jumps in, gets the Doom.
Does jump forward, but he's about to die. Supernova Sunray there with XM rolling Thunder crashing in towards the ledge. Aegis picked up by Quinn, so he'll die but respawn immediately after. But Arme, he's
Good
joined.
Gust.
He's arrived at the fight, the Gust, and now the multi-shot killing off the Lifestealer. Oh, Ace. He's found Arme in the back lines, charging in with the shapeshift, running towards the Drow Ranger, but she's TP'd out. There's no stun to connect on her.
Tofu, no blink.
XM, same story. TP's out.
Ooh, Tofu didn't avalanche. I believe it was ready. Just clicked on him. So this could have been a bigger disaster for Gaming Gladiators if they managed to pick up that Aegis. They were not there on time. 1-2 seconds earlier, maybe with the Rolling Thunder. And Rolling Thunder, for them, luckily, did go off because there was rocket flying towards XM. But yeah, taking that Aegis, and Lifestealer still struggling to deal any kind of damage in terms of net worth, keeping up with the Drow Ranger, so that's nice. But some of the fights, if Drow Ranger, like, they need to keep away Lycan away from Drow Ranger so that she can hit heroes. And so far, Ame did a good job.
Yeah, now we start adding in layers of BKBs. Aghanim Shard for Army going to come up shortly. Pangolier with that Blink Dagger. Team fights get more and more chaotic. And Gaming Gladiators not having this Aegis also means that they're not going to feel powerful enough to go and push tier 2s, maybe high ground. They now have to sit and think, okay, next round of items, we're back onto an even playing field with Xtreme Gaming right now. We don't have that slight advantage with a second life anymore. Wolves in the top jungle does see Xtreme Gaming all approach as a 5-man unit. And right now, Xtreme doesn't really have any wards out on the map. They've got one ward in their own jungle, but nothing that sees where Gaming Gladiators are right now. So they've got to be very delicate with their own positioning.
And another item queued up that's going to stop the healing for Lycan, Lifestealer, Bloodstone again. Shiva's Guard in quick buy for Doom. He definitely needs levels. Like right now, he's playing very sacrificial off lane, understands that Ame is the real carry. XM has been playing really well, been involved in 6 out of 8 kills. Didn't have any kills, but he did set up some of those kills for Ame.
Tofu gonna have to slip away from here. Getting run out by DY.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gaming Gladiators grouping back up, gonna smoke out of this mid-tier 2 area. Celery joining a little late, but he will. I love that change, as you can kind of join the smoke even if you weren't there for the first usage of it.
Such a good improvement in terms of quality of the supports, where you don't need to wait for other people to join. You can pick them up. This is a triangle infestation from Gaming Gladiators. Let's see how it ends. DY
trying to munch on the Phoenix, toss back onto the Drow, killing Arme. Now with the Rolling Thunder Sunray, they're trying to fight Xtreme Gaming even without the Arme Drow. Lifestealer doomed, in trouble as well. He's dropped. XXS got the takedown, but Ace is munching on them. A double kill for the Lycan here. A chase in towards
Tofu
XM, and Jinkyu Tofu finds him. Catches the Shadow Demon out into the nice split earth from Quinn. And 3 down on the side of Xtreme Gaming gives Gaming Gladiators a good position here to pivot into mid.
Tofu finally goes in and finds Ame. This is the first death of Ame. No BKB, doesn't get the pike off. If you're in the middle of 2-3 heroes from Gaming Gladiators, you're gonna die. There was no Shadow Demon save that came out. He does have mech, he does have Glimmer Cape, but couldn't really help him out.
That glyph has held them back just enough. Gaming Gladiators can't finish off the tier 2. Afraid of the respawns of Xtreme Gaming. Respecting it. And DY is getting the old pings up at top. I don't know if that was from his teammates. I struggle to tell the difference between the Doom and the Lifestealer's colours on the map sometimes. Probably Duraccio. That was my teammate pinging me. Is the enemy pinging? I don't know. But Ace is up here with a life stealer. Ooh, gem for DY. Veil now done for Doom.
There's
Still
also Veil
feels-
on Phoenix. So overlapping, double Shivas. Doesn't sound too good. Sure, armor feels nice, but yeah, maybe there's a better item that DY could have tried to pick up. He did pick up gems, so that's valuable. Seeing these wolves, we can scout them out, and there's also now Shard on Ace, so there's going to be a wolf in each creep wave.
Does Veil and Shivas like stack?
I don't think so, no.
So it's not like
But,
Solar Crest and Medallion used to, stack together because they're different buff, like different debuffs technically.
magic weakness, let me just double check that real quick.
I'm not sure on that. Especially stuff like, Mech and Pipe don't, but...
Yeah, it shouldn't stack. Maybe there's something that has been changed, but it shouldn't stack.
Okay.
People will
And I
buy
guess-
Shivas and fail just to amplify the magic damage.
Yeah. And I guess the fact that both of them have the full Shivers queued up also indicates they both want to head to that final item. A bit of calm. Again, we're in that situation where, Roshan is 2 minutes away. We killed Roche, claimed Aegis. Aegis went immediately. So both teams kind of looking for these little skirmishes, little smoke ganks, team fights to find an advantage.
Radiant structures
But outside of that, it is 80% farming time. Build your next key item. Get tier 3 neutral items, which are now starting to flow into Gaimin Gladiators as they clear some of these ancient
Deny.
camps.
They try to go for deny, but Jin Q, after they pop the glyph, uses illusions on Ame, and Ame falls back. It feels like he needs that BKB as well, desperately, after seeing Tiny jumping him. Most likely, Tofu goes for the same type of a play. Try to go for Ame in the middle of a fight, but they need to save him. Some
Radiant
disruption,
are scanning.
Sunray plus Supernova. Duraccio hasn't been seen. I feel like his damage output in some of these fights, damage numbers are probably super low, because he is taking the Doom, he's tanking Shadow Demon's Purge, and then dying, and the rest of the team is cleaning up.
Yeah, he never gets to hit anyone. He's just Radiance burn for 20 seconds while he dies to Doom.
The way to enter the fight, if you are constantly getting doomed, is try to infest either Tiny, try to infest Lycan, wait until Doom is kind of forced to use on someone else.
Look at who they're coming for. High ground ward from DY that was placed earlier on. It's Swordoraccio. They know the lifestealer is off to this left-hand side. He's waiting for the ancient camp to respawn. He's going to come back under vision in a second, but they're actually going in towards mid for an easier target. Tiny, Tofu, going to get connected on by this Rolling Thunder. XM will now disengage with the rest of the squad. And Duraccio just, praying hands emoji. Thank you, Tofu. Bless you, Tofu. Tanking the gank for the lifestealer there.
And Duraccio pretty happy about that one.
Do Xtreme Gaming go again?
Radiant's middle tower is under
XXS is
attack.
holding on to Gem, so he needs to be the one clearing those wolves, clearing those observer wards. There is an observer ward in the enemy triangle that they could go for and maybe try to get another pick off.
Oh man, just patiently waiting for the creeps to respawn. And that will be his BKB money in a few seconds. It might be an indication that it's fight time for Xtreme. And DY switching into the Holy Locket.
As
think
much
that is a
heal
veil.
as possible, holding on to Paladin Sword. There is Guardian Greaves queued up for Shadow Demon, just 10 gold away, has Glimmer Cape, then Demonic Cleanse. So they want to reset, they want to wait, like somehow
Radiant are
survive the shapeshift, put Ame maybe on Glacier, now has a BKB available, so
Radiant's top
we'll see how the fight's gonna
tower is
go.
under attack.
They are getting rid of the Harpy Scout. I forgot about that one, 250. Remember the old times when Ogre position 5, Helm of the Dominator, Tiny, he's in.
There's a toss on Phoenix, blows him up. Hand grenade Phoenix, and now the chase towards XXX.
Oh my god, the damage.
Tremendous damage out of these two. Lifestealer and the Lycan munch on them. Rolling Thunder is out onto the Doomed Lifestealer in the back. Quinn trying to chase and catch up to Armes. Ace runs straight into the Drow Ranger as well. Jinkyu maybe can come and help out as XM disengages. Drow turns to stand and fight on the Glacier. Battling into Ace, gets the kill. Oh,
gets another one.
The high ground. Armes too strong. Looks down upon the peasants below her, and Drow Ranger says, I'm the queen of this fight.
Yeah, that was such a nice play from Ame. They had to buy back on DY. He still got to Doom on a Lifestealer, taking him out of the fight. But XM, he's also doing a lot of work dealing with damage. Ame 7.5 thousand damage in the previous fight. And now Roshan, not just Roshan, but Roshan's banner belonged to them. Very important.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, kind of a funny fight given that Lifestealer was yet again doomed, but this time he didn't die. He ran away and then everyone else died.
Because he had a BKB on. He had BKB and then they couldn't connect with the Rolling Thunder. Roshan's banner might be good with Lycan's Shard because it does, you know, give extra. Maybe, wait, does it? Where's that? It's only creeps, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where's that banner? I'm trying to find. There it is.
Mid-tier 3. Dire mid-tier 3. It doesn't say anything.
We'll find it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would assume it's only lane creeps. But is a Lycan Wolf a lane creep? Because you can't control it, right? But
you can control it, and it says causes one of your creep waves to include, so basically a creep wave.
Right.
An uncontrollable wolf that moves with the wave. So I want to see Gaimin Gladiators get another Roche on and get that Roshan banner.
Oh yes, these game-defining mechanics with Roche banner and
very
Lycan.
Important.
Incredible.
Roshan's banner. Still 75% of duration left. Spell immune, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course. That is worth stating every time. Spell immune, by the way. The flag bearer creep carrying one of the mini banners. Wandering down that mid lane. But here we go. Xtreme Gaming, Aegis on Drow. Radiant scan up on this triangle. Knows that Xtreme Gaming are set up right behind Arme as he just plinks away at the tier 2 tower.
Lycan died so quickly. Really surprised because he was on top of him. Drow Ranger lost that marksmanship, but still managed to just dismantle him in a matter of seconds.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Damn, this hypothermia glacier stuff is no joke. I mean, Arme is what, like reducing regeneration on you? Popping all of your summons, blowing them all up in front of your face.
Horatio is getting that axe. I feel like that's key if you can get inside of Drow Ranger. So she gets disarmed. You can't attack him, but you need to get on top of him with either Lycan, Tiny, somehow manage to toss him back, put him in a bad spot.
Well, Gaimin Gladiator is just dodging the storm here a little bit. Letting Xtreme, take tier 2, control the map, grab their own Tormentor. Now they've seen that, Gaimin Gladiators can start thinking about coming out of their shell a little bit. Getting some of this ward coverage down. Quinn, just standing down in this bottom lane. There we go. TP out to mid. A spooky place to be down here. Especially with Arme just gunning it. Down into that bottom right corner.
So Doom finally has that level 15 talent on level 17. So he can devour. It's kind of tough for him to actually devour it, because you've seen how fast he died in the previous fight, but only managed to get the Doom off, even though he got a BKB. This overwhelming right-click damage, has a Craggy Code, has Shiva's Guard, sitting at 45 armor, but still dies very quickly.
What's the range on Devour? Less than 200, right?
It is pretty bad, so you need to get close. Also, if you are not expecting fight to happen, you're gonna go greedy with Doom. You want that extra gold, so we'll not have it available. But it's pretty big, because Granite Aura is 19% bonus HP, basically 20 for easier maths.
Yeah, I mean, on heroes like
Lifestealer,
Lifestealer.
yeah, that's 600.
And also the fact that they regen and they lifesteal as well, so it's more HP that they can refill.
Radiant's
Durantio
bottom tower is under attack.
sprints right in front of Xtreme Gaming as they approach the mid-tier 2. Gaming Gladiators are poking tier 3 top, though.
Radiant's middle
Granite
tower is
Golem,
under
double
attack.
catapults. They're starting to break the base
Oof.
here.
It's a lot of damage on that tier 3 tower.
Oh, XXS munches the Granite Golem. Nice crunchy texture.
Yeah. 8 Tiny's father. And now still holding on to War Stomp. But Ame, after seeing that Aghanim Scepter on Lifestealer, decides to go for Lincoln Sphere.
Well, that's cool. That's literally just the Ags, right?
Yes.
Has nothing else. And Yule Scepter up for the Gyro now. I think we saw... Yeah, there's another one there on Tofu's Tiny. A couple of ways for them to try and pop the Lincolns if they've got that safe entry to the fight and they see Ame. Yeah, in the chaos of battle, that can be difficult to do if you're not focused on it. Oh, tier 4 neutral items. Ninja gear for Ame. That's a really nice one. So we've got the split push capability. The extra agi, of course, never hurts. And a bit of movement speed to maybe get away from that Lycan and Lifestealer as they charge you.
Yeah, problem is these waves are constantly pushed in by non-Roshan's banner Lycan Wolves. Haven't talked too much about XM, but he's been owning. Only one death so far. Has Octarine, has Defiant Shell, going into Nullifier next. He feels like those Yule Scepter Force Staffs and seeing Wind Waker on Leshrac wants to have something, because Doom doesn't buy it. Neither does, like, Shadow Demon is good, of course, if you can get the Demonic Purge off, but maybe there's a better target for it.
Yeah,
They've been
especially
taken
with...
out. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go on.
I wanted to say that they were using Demonic Purge mostly on Lifestealer combined with Doom to take Durantio out of the fights.
Yeah, I think XM has had a tremendous game, especially given the laning stage, right? He was suffering, struggling, got rotated on a lot. Oh, XXS. That's a great opening, but the Wind Waker, they get a little bit of distance. XXS, BKB's up, but Quinn, he's broken away from the pack here now, and Xtreme Gaming, I don't know if they know the Shapeshifter has been used, but they're going to reset anyway. Get back to high ground, hold a position of power.
Somebody pinged tier 4 tower immediately. Yep, can use items during Doom. Needs that. Doom always needs something. He needs that level 15 talent. Now he needs level 25 talent to have that mute ability. Because you get Doom, pop a Wind Waker, blink out afterwards. Maybe. Not possible, but whatever.
Is it
Still
not?
You're still taking the damage. The only one who can blink out is Templar Assassin with the blink on Doom, because you're not receiving damage.
Does it depend on... I guess it's just like deep mechanics. I guess we can just look into it. Like the tick rate of Doom, you know, is it damage per second, or is it like damage every third of a second? Maybe you
It's
have
per
time
second.
to do it. That's exactly. And maybe you have a window to do it. Like perfectly frame perfect.
Gotta test it out. You never remind when I say I need to test something out after the game. You're just like, yeah, see ya. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm getting a banana.
I struggle to remember how old I am on a regular basis. I'm not going to remember the little things that you're saying about testing stuff. Oh, bye-bye, DY.
We need a document to fill.
We need a spreadsheet
Gyro.
for the testing.
Gyro also going for Wind Waker. Tiny, maybe he's also thinking about it. Sitting on 2,000 gold. Has Yule Scepter available.
Oh, mate, is about to finish off that Aghanim's Blessing. And then next up, what's that?
Wind Waker. He had Silver Edge queued up and then decided to change his mind. So level 25 soon. Wind Waker, great. Healing against Lifestealer. We might see tornadoes coming through XXS. Will TP out. It's a lot of damage. Leshrac not yet level 25, so no extra damage coming out from Diabolic Explosions.
And the big man has returned. 4 minutes until night. Celery's going to scout him out. Says hello to Radiant Roshan. Might get spotted here. Arme's Drow Ranger is coming straight down to the pit. Atop the glacier, and Celery, what's that, 5-6 hits? Has to use to buy a bit of time, but he's dead nonetheless.
911 crit.
They're bringing numbers here. They've called 911. The fast response unit. Tried the harpoon from the Lycan on the Drow, but Arme gets back to high ground now. Duraccio.
Glacier in a second.
He's infested, and the Drow Ranger's dying. They get the kill on Arme. That's a huge one. He buys back. They want to continue
He wants
the
to
fight.
come back into a fight. Doom available
Quinn.
as well.
His BKB, the crit there, 1,097 damage from Ace onto Shinkyu. Double buyback from Xtreme Gaming around this Roshan. Gaimin Gladiators running back, making sure they can reset. They know they're still Doom. There's still a big Drow Ranger out on the map right now.
Ooh. XXS, he took that Granite Golem away from Lycan and now doesn't have a stun. They need to make something happen out of this one. 2 huge buybacks compared to only 1 on Gaimin.
Well, they know there's no shapeshift, right? 20 seconds. Infest has just come off cooldown, so that's available. Roshan, he heard someone knocking on the door, but it's a ding-dong dash as Xtreme Gaming, they move on to Duraccio. Lifestealer, Infest inside the Doom, I believe. The Rolling Thunder to the far left and the Supernova Sunray. Right atop the high ground here, well placed by DY. Allowing the Doom to ulti the Lifestealer and DY. XM chasing up onto him. He's flying, he's flapping, the Lifestealer's out of there. They turn tail and look at the Lycan now. Avalanche toss trying to get the Ace Lycan out of here. Duraccio did die in the end, has to buy back. And Xtreme Gaming, now it's their turn to reset. Stand on this high ground again, Army, on top of the glacier. Duraccio's coming from the back end, but he's just dying.
Backwards.
Infests back into the Doom. Lifestealer could come out and just get blown up, though. The gust into the right clicks. Ace is moving onto the Drow. DY dropping low. Arme trying to create space and get off to the right-hand side.
They need to help Arme.
Time for Arme. Glacier's back up again. Multi-shot flying. Ace and Quinn turning in onto the stuns, looking at Arme, but they can't kill him off. Drow Ranger's too strong. There's no way of stopping. The ranged right clicks raining down onto Gaimin Gladiators. Another pike, another kill, another
back
gust,
again.
and another move here. Lifestealer, he's going to get taken down, surrounded by enemies. And Xtreme Gaming, the ultra kill from Arme.
That has to be like 15,000 damage that came from Ame in this fight. Daedalus, level 25 right now. This might be the end of the game if they can get some of these big kills right now. Those buybacks, XXS.
These are diebacks if they die here. XXS does fall, buys back himself. Arme, the
still not
Glacier,
done.
just keeps coming back up to kill off Quinn. 2 minutes, no Lesh, no Lifestealer. Another banish,
fighting.
another target lined up for Xtreme, and a double kill for Arme.
Stop fighting so I can see the fight recap because I don't have the button. At 18,000 damage coming out from Ame. 45,000 overall damage. This fight has been going on for so long, and you can see Pango, he wants to end the game. He just bought Deso. They want to go in. No buybacks available for a really long time. 70 seconds, 90 seconds without flash. They're going to run down the mid lane and take the throne. Tiny, level 20. Ooh, he's trying to creep skip. That's a nice play from Tofu, but there's mid-wave approaching near the tier 2 tower, so they might need to take the tier 2 tower mid. It's actually very low.
Like going for tier 4s, straight in, GG's called. Quinn taps out, and so did Gaimin Gladiators. Xtreme Gaming, another 1-1 tie.
Ooh, 4 ties so far for Xtreme Gaming. This is such a clutch play. They kept him alive, this Glacier. Such a good ability. Gets on top of it, gets those extra arrows, and level 25 in that fight. Insane amount of damage that comes out from him.
Absolutely incredible. The raid boss on top of the Glacier. I mean, this was the thing, right? We knew the later and later it got, the more impact Drow Ranger would have. The bigger Arme got, the scarier it was for Gaimin Gladiators. Incredible scenes here. You know, props to the entire squad. Honestly, the initiations, the time they bought, the delay tactics, just dragging the game out minute by minute. One more item, one more push, one more Roshan, one more team fight, and then Arme. What was that, 6 kills in the fight? He got an ultra, then a double?
Yeah.
Basically a double rampage.
Yeah, we'll give him a rampage for that one. And I believe Yatoro would be pretty proud about this performance from Ame. His positioning was top tier. I think we got to give credit to Jinkyu, who was keeping him alive with Guardian Greaves. He bought Vlad's in the end for him so that he can lifesteal off of it. Glimmer
Wow.
Cape, Demonic Cleanse. Just, he knows that if they keep him alive long enough, he's going to be able to deal damage. These Wind Wakers were / Yule Scepters were good, but it wasn't enough. Ame just having a perfect game pretty much. It was XXS and Jinkyu who played the game together early on, got Doraccio 3-4 times with double ulti, and then delayed the game, which is they wanted to play the faster game, have this Radiance, have this SNY, Aghanim Scepter on Lifestealer, go for the push, but never came down to that because every single time we watch Xtreme Gaming play, they go for, if they lose the laning stage, they're really good at making comebacks.
Honestly, that aspect of this team has to be one of the scariest things to face in Dota. You can go up against a team that, are Huskar pickers or something. You say, okay, we ban Huskar. Then they pick they pick a cheesy pick a Broodmother. You can deal with that. You can draft against it. You can plan and prepare for it. But I don't know how you can plan and prepare for a team that doesn't care laning stage, doesn't care early team fights. Tier 1 towers falling is just irrelevant to them. They only care about that, one single fight, 35 or 40 minutes into the game. If they can drag the game out, they know their decision making. Their execution, target acquisition is just so supreme that they can take down a team like Gaimin Gladiators in a situation like that. Just watch Ame. Stutter stepping, right clicking, getting on top of the glacier, and bodyguarded by Jinkyu every step of the way. Just superb game 2 from Xtreme Gaming to tie things up in this best of 2.
Jinkyu pretty much has one job, take care of Ame, try to use some shadow poisons if he's not dying, and look how fast it is. You said, Cole 9-1. But not for them because things are looking really good in this fight. Wind Waker, the heroes just die. You get slowed down, you get those stacks, you're not reaching up, and having this Hurricane Pike, he's gonna die here, and you can see that he will not hesitate for a second, will instantly buy back into the game, and they will take the fight. Quinn puts himself in a spot where there's still Doom available, and those heals as well from DY. I gotta check the numbers to see how much heal he did in the previous one.
Yeah, probably a fair amount. Oh my god. Just the ability to reset, turn back around, deja vu with these multiple fights in the bottom right corner just to keep on going. Great stuff. Yeah, and then that previous fight, nicely done also by XM to stop the Rolling Thunder because he found himself caught. He bounced across 2 times in that little spot where he was stuck, and he cancelled Rolling Thunder immediately. Okay, I don't need Rolling Thunder. I want to be back in the fight. Don't let me be stuck. Let's get some right clicks in.
Yeah, and
Doraccio really struggled.
Having that Doctor in court, Doraccio couldn't get close. If Tofu and Ace were not on top of Drow Ranger with Toss Avalanche combo so that they can deal damage, if you watch how much damage he dealt to this Drow Ranger, it's probably super low. It has to be sub 3, 4K. 10. There's no way that it's 10. He dealt 21,000 damage total. Most of it was from Radiance anyway, but yeah, good way to close out the game by Xtreme Gaming, going in, buying that Deso, getting the Vlads, double Vlads actually, you can see it right now. It was DY and Jinkyu buying it at the same time. They just wanted to end as fast as possible.
I thought you were asking how much damage did Lifestealer do to Drow Ranger. It was 10 damage. He was never near the Drow.
10 damage. I thought you meant 10k damage.
No, I meant 10 damage.
He infested her once, maybe
true.
twice,
Yeah.
so that's some damage. Okay.
That is a bit of damage, yeah. That is absolutely right. But there we go. Rounds up our evening quite nicely there with another 1-1. And it's best of 2s in the group stages. These teams all very closely matched. And it's coming down to a little bit of draft, a little bit of execution, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Xtreme Gaming there going toe-to-toe with Gaimin Gladiators. And I believe that also means they're still at the same scoreline in Group B. But that ties things up for us. Lacoste, another day done of Dota 2, and a few more days to go of the group stage here. This was day 2? No, this was day 3.
Day 3 already, yeah.
Jeez, we're getting through it. So tomorrow we are on Gaimin Gladiators against BetBoom and Team Liquid against Xtreme. But of course, the day starts much earlier with Heroic against Azure Ray and Tundra against Aurora with Epi, Danog, Perma, and Winter. So make sure you check out all the streams, all the games. Tune in tomorrow or jump over to the Xtreme if that's still going on. We'll see you all next time.
fallen.